But when I went into Jon's locker room, he's bouncing around, he's having a good time, and he said, I got a question for you. I said, yeah, what's your question? And he says, I need somebody. And there's an individual there, and that individual was a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and was working for the commission. And he says, someone get on the ground for me, right? And so this guy, being a ground guy and being someone that was, man, I'm in Jon Jones's locker room. This is great. And so he says, I'll do it for you. He says, I know how to roll. And so he goes down. He says, just put me in guard, right? And then Jon decides to do a sexual act with him, saying, what if I do this, right? This isn't illegal, right? And the guy who was on the ground, quickly his eyes went, as big as they could get. Like, what are you doing? And I said, Jon, knock it off, right? And help the person up. And he goes, I'm just joking. And he goes, but really, what could you do? I said, I could disqualify you for being unsportsmanlike. Go ahead and do it. Let's see what happens.
I could see if he did that like with a buddy of his, like goofing around in the back. It's different than some random commissioner in the back, or random fan, or random person who's working as an usher or something like that. You're like, yeah, get down here, and you do it to some person you've never met before. And
that's why Greg Jackson comes up to me and says, Jon, I'm sorry he did that. And I go, Greg, it ain't you. And I go, he's just a dipshit.